motherfucking money from the bank. Do you think they gonna just sit?
Oh.
What the fuck you mean? Tell her the truth.
I'm listening.
Over the people, including you and your cheerleaders, but definitely including you. And ho, you got some rats. I done already put it on the horn before. Please don't get me started. I keep that personal business. I'm trying to be professional. But bitch, you had enough to put down on the house. I'm talking about a house. Ho, leave me alone. Leave me alone. You got your money. The bank got their money. I got my money. Everybody got their money. Why is it?
She only paying $25 on rent in that house.
She over there paying $2,500 rent.
Y'all want to help pay the rent?
I need some help. Look at me, y'all.
The fuck?
I need help. Send this shit to somebody. I need my hair done. Bitch, I need help. I need my lashes. I need my eyebrows done. Bitch, can y'all give me some money? Cause bitch, I done paid this $2,500 rent. Can y'all give me some money? But you were the same bitch who was begging to work at my sex shop, though.
Begging?
Weird. It's giving broken.
If I'm such a scam artist, why would you want to work with me?
Begging? All right, let's pull out the receipt.
I keep the facts. Oh, I had made a flyer for you and everything. Because remember you said you needed some extra money? So I'm like, you can work with me. I don't mind. I'll teach you the game.
Okay.
And ho, you sit on here, you fuck my nigga after that. And then you're mad because he fucked you and rolled up on that bicycle. Fuck is you mad at me for?
Lies.
I would never, ever get this.
More lies. This whole.
You act like I came to your shit, took pictures, and I start fucking on your man.
No, you did it before.
You weird.
No, you're weird.
Y'all? Where this girl going?
Right here.
Ain't going nowhere.
All in it, y'all.
This is
y'all
crazy.
mad because this girl just ain't going nowhere? How can you sit up here and tell me my ex-wife was good for me? She loved me. Do you know what the fuck happened in this $2,500 house? Do you know what happened behind the walls? Was you there in the rooms? Was you there them late nights?
But you claim that Joseph beat your ass.
She was good for me. Oh, you go find somebody good for you, Lauren.
Please.
Go find somebody that's good for you, Lauren. Go find somebody.
About a bitch sitting up here doing what? Let me tell you something, you ugly. Look, I'm heading to Sanford now. Let's go. Running. Because let me go to Sanford. Let me go to Sanford. Because the bitch got me fucked up. First of all, you still want to say, oh, I have to have fucked somebody. Yeah, you said you were doing taxes and that you said that you had somebody that you needed tax professionals. First of all, let me tell you something, you ignorant bitch. I wouldn't do taxes with your ass to save my motherfucking life, ho. You was charging people $630 for fucking basic fucking taxes.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Well, listen.
You was sitting up here. You don't even know basic tax rules. Are you serious? You didn't even know basic tax shit.
Was the best that ever happened.
You had everybody else. My sister-in-law was your best motherfucking tax person that you had up there. You didn't have anybody worth shit doing nothing for you. And so I backed out of your shit because what was the point? I had too much other shit going on to be doing that shit with you. But it's okay. I'm coming to Sanford.
You must want to drop a motherfucking picture sale. And y'all hoes always
talking about a picture sale, but your broke ass was ready to pay $50 every motherfucking time, bitch. Come on now.
If you need some promotion, mama, just say that.
Bitch, I don't need. She's still going.
12 or 24.
Let me go.
24 hours.
Let me go to Sanford.
For different promotions. I don't give a fuck what you sell.
Let me go to Sanford.
Sell, inbox me with a flyer and we can work it out.
Let me go to Sanford.
I'm just getting caught.
Let me go to Sanford. Cause a bitch got me fucked up. It's all good. I'm not even tripping. A bitch got me fucked up. I mean, steady sitting up here running her mouth and everything. Then talking about he was, I got him and he was homeless and all this stuff. You still stuck on the fact that you mad cause a nigga want me. You mad cause you so hurt by this nigga.
She gave me what I got going. She gave me to Valentine's Day with her. I just want to know, can you take my pictures? Can you please take my pictures before she leaves me on Valentine's Day?
We used to take our Christmas pictures.
You weird, man. Well, you know, you can't even really, like...
Let's go. I'm finna head to Sanford.
...a bitch because they weird.
And tonight, one woman is dead and another is in jail.
Shots were fired during a fist fight in the middle of the street. It happened in Sanford yesterday on Travertine Terrace. West 2's Michelle Meredith live at the Seminole County Jail. And Michelle, you talked with the victim's family.
I did. They were here at the jail to try to see the first appearance of the woman who is accused of killing and shooting their loved one. But while they were here, they took time to talk and remember.
That was my niece. That was my niece. My best friend. My diary. We talked all the time. We didn't even have to have anything to talk about.
The family of Lauren Martin is inconsolable. This is a selfie Lauren took right after she voted. Within hours, she was dead.
And I just can't believe this happened like this. We were all friends.
Find probable cause for first-degree premeditated murder. Your bond is going to be none.
Shot dead, according to Sanford police, by this woman, Savon Shantae Tyler. Police say it started Tuesday night when Lauren Martin showed up at Savon's house in the subdivision where she lives. According to Lauren's family, Lauren was a photographer, and there was some kind of disagreement between the two about pictures Lauren took of Savon.
Someone went online and made a comment, and then the other person went online and made a comment, and then it was just back and forth, and it spiraled out of control from there.
According to court records, when Savon saw Lauren at her house, she armed herself with a children's miniature baseball bat and a 9mm handgun. In the middle of the street, the two women started beating each other in what police described as a mutual combat-style fist fight. Police say it ended when Savon Tyler shot Lauren. Meanwhile, believe it or not, the whole scene, the fight, even the shooting was playing out live on Facebook. You could hear the gunshot. I mean, how painful.
It's more than painful. My family have to relive this incident over and over and over again.
On a fateful evening in Sanford, Florida, November 5th, 2024, a woman navigated her vehicle through the gates of a quiet townhouse community, her mind set on a confrontation that would soon spiral into a horrifying murder case. This wasn't a casual visit to a friend's home or a professional appointment. Her mission was singular, to face someone who had ignited a feud that had simmered online for weeks. That woman was Lauren Ashley Martin, a 34-year-old self-employed photographer and devoted mother of 3. Hours earlier, she had taken to social media, broadcasting her intent to travel to Sanford to resolve a dispute. What began as a seemingly minor disagreement over photographs morphed into a chilling true crime story, one that unfolded live for an online audience, forever altering lives and raising haunting questions about digital conflicts bleeding into real-world violence. Awaiting her arrival was 35-year-old Savon Shantae Tyler, a longtime resident of the gated Greystone Townhomes community in Sanford, Florida. Eyewitnesses would later recount the tense atmosphere that unfolded, heated shouts cutting through the air, escalating into a violent street brawl. But this wasn't just witnessed by bystanders. The entire scene played out live on Facebook, streamed in real time by Tyler's girlfriend, 32-year-old Lakevia Devonna Pringle. She stood nearby with her phone, recording each moment as tensions boiled over and violence erupted. This wasn't a fleeting argument. It was a confrontation years in the making, rooted in an ongoing feud, and it spiraled beyond control. Tyler, anticipating conflict, had placed a 9mm handgun within reach on a nearby utility box. When the physical altercation intensified, the fight turned deadly. A child's aluminum baseball bat was introduced into the melee. Then, in a flash of irreversible violence, multiple gunshots rang out, shattering the evening calm. Lauren Ashley Martin collapsed on the pavement, struck several times by bullets fired at close range. Law enforcement arrived swiftly at the chaotic scene. Tyler was apprehended and charged with first-degree premeditated murder. Pringle, whose live stream had captured the entire attack and who reportedly encouraged the violence during the broadcast, was later arrested as an accomplice. Her decision to document rather than diffuse the deadly clash has drawn sharp public criticism and intense legal scrutiny. This shocking homicide case leaves behind a haunting trail of questions. What exactly ignited the explosive confrontation? Was this violence premeditated, or did raw emotion overtake reason? How responsible are those who choose to record rather than intervene in life-threatening situations? And more urgently, what happens when online feuds spill into the real world with irreversible consequences? On the evening of November 5th, 2024, self-employed photographer and mother of three, Lauren Ashley Martin, drove into the Greystone townhomes on Travern Terrace in Sanford. A familiar face to the area, Martin's visit that night was anything but routine. Her arrival stemmed from an escalating online dispute with Savon Shante Tyler, centered around photographs Martin had taken and shared online. Around 7 p.m., what began as an online feud exploded into real-world violence just steps from Tyler's home. According to police reports, Tyler had retrieved the firearm earlier and placed it strategically near the scene. When Martin arrived, the confrontation became physical, with Tyler allegedly striking her with a child's baseball bat. As Martin attempted to defend herself, the situation spiraled into deadly chaos. Throughout the ordeal, Pringle, rather than stepping in, continued filming, her voice audibly encouraging the violence in the chilling livestream. This is a true crime story shaped by unchecked rage, the influence of technology, and a series of irreversible decisions that turned digital hostility into a deadly reality. What began as an online argument between two women escalated into a public confrontation, one that would end in tragedy and be streamed live for the world to witness. Join us as we unpack the unsettling chain of events behind this fatal encounter and explore how a virtual feud spilled into the streets with devastating consequences. Within moments, the confrontation took a deadly turn. Savon Shante Tyler, having strategically placed a 9mm handgun nearby in anticipation, grabbed the weapon during the altercation and fired multiple rounds at Lauren Ashley Martin. Martin collapsed onto the pavement, her body riddled with bullets, as bystanders screamed in horror. Emergency responders rushed her to a local hospital, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead from her injuries. Tyler was arrested at the scene and charged with first-degree premeditated murder, as well as illegal possession of a firearm due to her status as a convicted felon. Meanwhile, 32-year-old Lake Via Devana Pringle, Tyler's girlfriend, who filmed the entire incident on Facebook Live, fled before officers could detain her. Investigators later identified her through the live stream and charged her as a principal to first-degree murder for allegedly aiding and encouraging the act by broadcasting it in real time and inciting further violence. The Facebook Live video quickly became a key piece of evidence in the case, offering prosecutors an unfiltered look at the events as they unfolded and reinforcing the intentional nature of the attack. Now, both Tyler and Pringle face serious criminal charges, and the investigation continues to examine the circumstances and motivations behind the tragic incident. The case has triggered widespread concern over the growing trend of live-streamed violence, raising difficult questions about how social media platforms can unintentionally become stages for real-world crimes, and whether those who film without intervening should bear legal responsibility. Lauren Ashley Martin, a 34-year-old African-American mother of three from Sanford, Florida, was more than just a name in a headline. She was a self-employed photographer who had poured her passion into her craft, building a modest but respected brand through hard work, consistency, and creative vision. Known for her portrait sessions, lifestyle shoots, and family photography, Martin served a wide range of clients across Central Florida, offering affordable and accessible services that earned her a loyal following. She regularly showcased her work on platforms like Facebook and Instagram, using social media as a key business tool to share finished edits, behind-the-scenes content, and promotional offers. Her work often took her into public parks, private homes, and various client-requested locations throughout Seminole County and beyond. Photography was not just a hobby. It was her livelihood, a way to support her family while doing something she loved. To her friends and online followers, she was affectionately known as Bubbles, a nickname that appeared in comment threads, live videos, and client testimonials. Martin was a devoted mother, often sharing personal moments with her children and reflecting a life centered around family, faith, and hustle. Public records show no criminal background, no history of legal trouble, just a woman trying to provide for her children through her creativity and entrepreneurial drive. But in the weeks leading up to her death, Martin found herself entangled in a digital feud with Savon Shante Tyler, a former client. The dispute reportedly began over a series of photographs Martin had taken and shared, which Tyler later accused her of posting without proper consent. Martin insisted she had permission to use the images in her portfolio, while Tyler publicly challenged the quality of the photos and claimed her privacy had been violated. The disagreement escalated rapidly across social media platforms, fueled by assertive live streams, public call-outs, and inflammatory comments from followers on both sides. What started as a professional misunderstanding turned personal, then hostile, and eventually lethal. This is not just a story of one woman's tragic death. It's a sobering reflection of how modern conflicts, once confined to private disputes, now play out on public digital stages with real and irreversible consequences. One confrontation, one camera, one fatal choice, and a community left grappling with the fallout. The argument escalated from written exchanges to public video responses, with both Martin and Tyler addressing each other directly. On the day of her death, Martin went live on Facebook, announcing her plan to travel to Sanford to confront someone, though she didn't name Tyler explicitly. In the video, she expressed frustration, declaring she was done with the disrespect and intended to settle the matter face to face. That broadcast would be her final one. Less than an hour later, she was fatally shot. Martin's digital footprint, her professional history, social media activity, and personal posts offered investigators and the public a vivid portrait of her life leading up to the tragic encounter. The fatal shooting of Lauren Ashley Martin on November 5, 2024, stemmed from a dispute that began in the digital realm and grew increasingly volatile. Martin, a Sanford-based photographer, had taken photos of Tyler, which Tyler claimed were shared without her consent. The disagreement erupted when Tyler confronted Martin online, accusing her of unauthorized use of the images. The conflict spilled onto social media, where both women traded heated remarks, drawing attention from their followers. Hours before the incident, Martin's Facebook Live video revealed her plan to confront her adversary in Sanford, expressing exasperation and a desire to resolve the issue in person. Following the broadcast, Martin drove to the Greystone townhomes where Tyler resided. Tyler, aware of the ongoing feud and expecting Martin's arrival, was outside with her girlfriend, Lakevia Devonna Pringle. As Martin approached, Pringle began streaming the encounter live on Facebook. The footage captured Martin stepping out of her SUV and engaging Tyler in a verbal dispute that swiftly turned physical. Video evidence shows Martin wielding a child's baseball bat, while Tyler had placed a 9mm handgun on a utility box nearby. Police reports and the live stream depict a chaotic struggle, with Pringle's voice audible, allegedly urging Tyler on as she recorded. The confrontation lasted mere minutes before Tyler seized the handgun and fired multiple rounds, striking Martin. Authorities determined the clash wasn't spontaneous, but the culmination of a days-long conflict. Evidence suggested both women anticipated a face-to-face encounter, with Tyler's placement of the firearm and Pringle's active filming indicating preparedness for violence. The public nature of their online feud, the deliberate in-person meeting, and the live streaming of the incident all fueled the deadly outcome. Martin was pronounced dead at the hospital, and Tyler was arrested on site, charged with first-degree premeditated murder. Pringle faced charges as a principal to the crime for her role in documenting and allegedly inciting the violence. This case has ignited widespread legal and ethical debates surrounding the role of social media in intensifying personal disputes and the accountability of those who broadcast violent crimes in real time. On the evening of November 5th, 2024, 34-year-old Lauren Ashley Martin arrived at the Greystone Townhomes community in Sanford, Florida, to confront 35-year-old Savon Shante Tyler over an escalating personal and professional feud. Martin parked her SUV and approached Tyler's residence, where Tyler and her girlfriend, 32-year-old Lake, via Devonna Pringle, were reportedly waiting. What followed was a swift and violent escalation. According to eyewitness accounts and law enforcement reports, the verbal altercation quickly turned physical. Tyler armed herself with a child's aluminum baseball bat and strategically placed a loaded 9mm handgun on a nearby utility box, readily accessible should the conflict intensify. As the shouting match exploded into a physical struggle in the middle of the street, Pringle stood by with her phone, live streaming the confrontation on Facebook. Her voice could be heard in the footage, allegedly encouraging Tyler's aggression as the two women grappled violently. Moments later, the situation took a tragic turn. Tyler retrieved the handgun and fired multiple shots at Martin, striking her in the upper body. The chilling sound of gunfire echoed through the neighborhood and was captured live on the stream. Martin collapsed on the pavement as the video continued to roll, broadcasting the aftermath in real time to online viewers. Alarmed neighbors immediately called 911. First responders arrived within minutes and rushed Martin to a nearby hospital, but she was pronounced dead shortly after, having sustained multiple gunshot wounds. The Facebook Live video, along with surveillance footage from nearby homes, played a critical role in reconstructing the timeline of events. The footage confirmed the placement of the firearm, the physical altercation, and the moment of the shooting. Tyler was taken into custody at the scene and charged with first-degree premeditated murder and unlawful firearm possession, given her status as a convicted felon. Pringle, who initially fled the scene, was later identified and arrested. She was charged as a principal to first-degree murder for her alleged role in aiding and abetting the crime through her active encouragement and decision to record the incident instead of intervening. Authorities emphasized that Tyler's pre-positioning of the weapon and Pringle's vocal instigation were clear indicators of premeditation and complicity. Law enforcement concluded that the use of deadly force was deliberate and avoidable, highlighting that the confrontation could have been de-escalated at multiple points. At approximately 7 p.m., Sanford police responded to reports of gunfire and found Martin unresponsive on the street. Officers attempted life-saving measures until paramedics arrived, but Martin's injuries were fatal. An autopsy later confirmed Martin died from multiple gunshot wounds to the torso. Toxicology reports indicated she had no drugs or alcohol in her system at the time of her death. The investigation led to a thorough forensic review of the crime scene, the recovery of the firearm, and the collection of digital evidence, including the Facebook live stream, which captured the conflict from beginning to end. On November 7, 2024, Pringle was formally charged for her role in what prosecutors described as a digitally enabled act of deadly violence. The case has since raised important questions about the power and danger of real-time media, especially when used to escalate tension rather than prevent tragedy. It underscores the growing need for legal frameworks that address the weaponization of live streaming in violent crimes and the real-world consequences when a lens replaces human responsibility. As the case unfolds, it serves as a sobering example of how technology, unchecked anger, and public spectacle can converge with devastating consequences. Investigators reviewed phone records and prior social media exchanges, revealing a mounting conflict that culminated in the planned confrontation. Tyler remains in custody without bond, while Pringle was denied bond at her initial court appearance. Pringle's defense argues she was merely an observer, but prosecutors assert her actions meet Florida's principal liability threshold. The case underscores the perilous intersection of violent crime and social media live streaming, highlighting how digital platforms can amplify and document illegal acts. Pringle's role in broadcasting the confrontation raises questions about legal accountability for those who film crimes, with prosecutors arguing her encouragement constituted active participation. This precedent challenges traditional notions of complicity, expanding liability in the digital age. The inability of social media platforms to detect and intervene in real-time violent broadcasts is becoming a growing concern, and this case makes that failure impossible to ignore. Despite having content moderation guidelines in place, the live stream of Lauren Ashley Martin's killing was broadcast without interruption, revealing serious weaknesses in existing monitoring systems. The incident calls into question the effectiveness of AI moderation tools and human review teams tasked with flagging and stopping criminal activity as it happens. The widespread circulation of the footage turned a real-time tragedy into viral content, raising fears about public desensitization, emotional trauma, and the long-term psychological impact on viewers, particularly the victim's family, friends, and children. This case now stands among a troubling pattern of violent incidents shared through live streaming platforms, ranging from physical assaults and shootings to suicides, highlighting how social media is increasingly misused as a stage for harm. Lawmakers and tech companies are facing renewed pressure to introduce stronger policies, technological safeguards, and real-time interventions to curb the broadcast of violence before it spirals out of control. Following Martin's death, legal proceedings against Savon Shante Tyler and Lake Via Devonna Pringle began swiftly. Tyler, who was charged with first-degree premeditated murder, is being held without bond in Seminole County Jail. Prosecutors have presented eyewitness testimonies, forensic evidence, and the unedited Facebook Live video showing Tyler retrieving and using the firearm. Pringle was also charged as a principal to first-degree murder. Her role in recording and vocally encouraging the attack was deemed legally participatory under Florida law. She was arrested shortly after and denied bond as well, appearing in court alongside Tyler. Tyler's defense team has hinted at pursuing a self-defense or mutual combat argument, attempting to suggest that the confrontation was provoked or escalated beyond her control. However, prosecutors counter this with a narrative of calculated aggression, citing her deliberate weapon placement and repeated strikes. Pringle's legal counsel has also requested a bond hearing, which was denied by the court. As the case progresses, the prosecution is preparing to introduce key digital evidence, including the full live stream, relevant social media activity, phone records, and forensic reports such as ballistics data and autopsy results. Both defendants are being tried separately, with pre-trial hearings scheduled to determine the admissibility of digital evidence and other critical materials. Plea discussions have not been made public and no agreements have been reached. The trials are expected to begin in early 2025. Prosecutors are seeking the maximum penalty, life imprisonment without parole, if convictions are secured for first-degree murder. Lauren Ashley Martin's tragic death is more than just another true crime case. It's a wake-up call. It reveals how quickly virtual disputes can turn lethal when social media is used not to connect, but to provoke and perform. This case continues to spark urgent conversations about digital ethics, platform accountability, and the legal limits of complicity in live-streamed crimes. As the story unfolds, we invite you to stay with us here at True Crimes Venue, where we follow every detail of this and other real-life cases that demand attention, truth, and justice. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Kindly also check out our well-curated playlist. Together, we uncover the stories that shake communities and demand answers.